It's the Jacksonville Buzz. Amy West. Grant Smith. Adrian Houghton. From Studio 2 at Buzz TV, this is the Jacksonville Buzz.
And welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. It's going to be a great show today. I've got the famous Chef Scotty Schwartz from El Jefe.
And I've got Mr. and Mrs. T from T Nation USA coming in. Can't wait.
And I've got the ever-entertaining Miss Noreen Young. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. My next guests are on a mission to make natural healing mainstream. She is a nutritional therapist and he has a degree in marketing. Together, they specialize in customizable tea blends and CBD products where their customers everywhere are relieved of stress. Please welcome T Nation USA owners, Kayla and Sam Taylor. How are you guys?
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Doing great.
And word on the street is you guys have a nickname, Mr. and Mrs. T.
Mr. and Mrs. T.
Yep,
Yeah.
our clients affectionately renamed us.
I love it. So Kayla, I have a question.
Sure.
Let's just start with the tea blends. Tell everybody at home what a tea blend is.
So tea itself comes from one leaf called Camellia sinensis. So the way that that's processed and oxidized is how you get different teas. So you have white tea, green tea, oolong, black tea. So you'll see those there, the different color variations.
Okay.
That's for that reason.
Okay.
It's how long they're oxidized. And then what we do is we blend them with different herbs. So technically when you drink things like chamomile, those kinds of teas, those are actual herbal tisanes.
Really? Okay.
But we just use the big general tea as the umbrella term here.
I love it. I'm a big chamomile fan, so.
A lot of people are.
Yeah, so Sam, what separates you guys from the rest? What makes you so unique?
I would say that our ability to customize anything, tailoring to your taste, to what you're looking to get out of it health-wise, rather than just this blanket kind of my stomach hurts.
Right.
You know, we are able to tailor it to your taste, and then the medical component of it as well.
Right. So when
customization.
Right. So when you talk with customers, hey, what kind of issues are you having, type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
In a world where you can customize everything, we want to be able to customize it to you, tailor it to you.
I love it. So let's talk about sourcing. Where does your tea come from?
So we get what we can from local farmers, but we have over 150 different herbs, so they come from a variety of different places. We do wholesale out of California, Oregon, the West Coast, because they have the strictest organic standards in the country.
Yeah.
But then all of our teas and herbs come from where they're supposed to come from.
Right.
We have green teas from China, Japan, black teas from India, Sri Lanka, so it just depends on what it is.
So making natural healing mainstream, what type of problems or what type of things are customers wanting the most? What problems do they have? What are they looking for the most?
Our best sellers, I'd say, and I think you'd agree, are sleep, stress, and pain. Those are the big blanket things that everybody has to deal with.
Things we all go through.
A few kids.
Yes. So we have our Nighty Night for sleep. We have anti-inflammatory for pain issues. And then we have tranquility, anxiety for stress.
Wow. So I mentioned CBD products.
Yep.
Where does that come into play with all this? Especially with some of those issues you're talking about.
Absolutely. Well, we've been searching for a CBD product for about 2 years since we really first started. It's something we knew we always wanted to incorporate. But there is a lot of stuff out there that just is not up to par just because it's a largely unregulated market. So we searched for a really long time to find one that we thought the quality matched our quality, because that was really important. I didn't want to put my name on something that wasn't going to work for my
Understand
customers.
completely.
So we actually eventually found one that is a water soluble, so you can add it to iced tea, which is fantastic. So that's one big thing that we've been able to add to our repertoire. And I know Sam uses it, if you want to talk about how you use it.
Yeah, I use it primarily for the anxiety aspect.
Yeah.
Being a salesman and having social anxiety is not exactly the most compatible things. So it really does help kind of just soothe out the rough edges without the whole, euphoric effect of the cannabis plant. You just stay focused, and you're able to just relax and feel comfortable in your own skin.
I love
and
it.
What's great is we add it to our teas too, so you get the healing benefits of the herbs. So if you are using it for anxiety, we do our iced anxiety tea, add the CBD to it, and it just amplifies the effects even more.
I love it. You're doubling down on that.
Double down.
So let's talk about what you brought here today.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So we just have a variety of what we offer. We have our kits. We have a bunch of different kits, but they're 3 different teas in a strainer, and they're all geared towards different things. So we have our cold survival kit, mom survival kit, teacher survival kit, so man kit.
Oh, yeah.
Man kit,
hey, I'm all in.
Our masculinity. Everyone gets a
I
kick
love
out of
it.
that one.
And these probably make great gifts as well.
They do.
Because of your
Yes.
packaging over here. And
Great gifts. It's something different. It's something unique that the tea lover in your family is going to love. And it's a gift of health. So if you're thinking outside the box, instead of getting a bottle of wine, give them a bag of tea.
And I think it appeals to everyone. You can give it to the 30-year-old or the 60-year-old,
agree.
male,
It really does.
female. I mean, right?
That's right.
It's funny that you say that because it's really hard for us to really narrow down our demographic.
Right.
Sam has sold to a 4-year-old before, all the way up to a 94-year-old. I'm not exaggerating. It's pretty amazing how wide a variety of people there are drinking tea. I mean, it's the second most consumed beverage in the world after water.
So real quick, do you guys have a success story to tell us?
Oh, definitely.
Give us a quick one.
We have one client who was on, I think, 250,000 milligrams.
Some very high.
2,500 milligrams
Yeah,
of
I get it.
caffeine.
Yeah.
Of caffeine a day,
Yeah.
and we've been able to help her get off caffeine, which is amazing. And she was
Wow.
having sleep trouble because she was drinking so much coffee and getting all that caffeine.
Right.
And so we created a tea for her to sleep as well. And now she's off her sleeping pills and doesn't drink caffeine at all.
So you customized it to her.
Yes.
I love it.
That's right.
Kayla, how can people find out more about you, where to find you?
Sure. Well, you can go online. We're tnationusa.com, and then on Facebook and Instagram at tnationusa. But we're event-based here in Jacksonville, so you can actually find us at the Riverside Arts Market every Saturday. We are in a few different retail locations as well, and we have, right now this season, we've got at least 10 events a week, so we're all over the place, pretty easy to find. And we actually have something pretty exciting in the works coming up, so stay tuned for that announcement shortly because it's going to be a really great way to find us and really unique, and we're excited about it.
I love it. Well, thanks so much for coming in, Mr. and Mrs. T.
I
was going to call you Sam and Caleb, but I'm Mrs. T.
That works too.
I can't wait to try more of your products.
Thanks.
Oh, God.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it,
Grant.
Grant.
We'll be right back on the Jacksonville Buzz.
Let me tell you about Art of Natural Stone, this wonderfully experienced company that can create the perfect outdoor oasis for your home. For over 30 years, they've been building dream patios, walkways, pools, fountains, and fireplaces. They truly can create whatever you want and give your home that special wow factor. You can find them at 10135 Beach Boulevard or their new location at 14011 Phillips Highway or online at artofnaturalstone.com.
Well, he's a staple in our community and famous around these parts. I'm so honored to be joined in the studio today by Chef Scotty Schwartz of 29 South, as well as new restaurant, El Jefe.
Right.
Thank you for joining us, Chef.
Well, thank you. You do wonders for my ego, I will say.
I can just keep going on and on, too.
Thank
You
you.
just come here every day, and I'll just keep bragging about you. One of the things I love about you, Chef, is that you are really a thought leader and leader as a chef here in the community. You've been influencing all of our taste buds, but you really walk the walk. You are a sustainable restaurateur. What does that mean for people who aren't familiar with that phrase?
I mean, I think for us, we try to find the best ingredient that we could possibly find and put it on the plate. And, for us, it's not necessarily local. I mean, we do definitely support the local farming in the farms here in this area. Mm-hmm. We try to use things as local as possible. We have a garden. We took the parking lot out of our backyard at the restaurant and basically put in a garden back there. So
parking lots are overrated anyway.
I mean,
right?
who needs parking? But So this way, you know, for us, it's a chance for the cooks and everything, and everybody in the restaurant to kind of really get their hands dirty and see where their food comes from.
Yeah, and 29 South, I mean, it's such a staple in Fernandina. You know, everybody knows about you. You're famous around these parts. You've contributed to magazines. You've been on TV. You know, and now your newest project is El Jefe. You've brought Tex-Mex to Jacksonville, which I am so happy about. I've spent a good amount of my life in Texas, so I've had my fair share of very good Tex-Mex.
See, that makes you a VIP already.
Okay, and I can't wait. So I want to hear a little bit of the story. I would love for you to share about your first nacho. Can you tell us that story?
My grandmother threw us in the car, and we traveled from Atlanta, Georgia, out to San Antonio, Texas, to visit my uncle, who was a colonel in the Air Force at the time. And he said, hey, let's go out and grab some Mexican food. Now, of course, at the time in Atlanta, we really didn't have much Mexican food at all.
Sure.
And so I said, okay, well, that's something new. And we sat down, and I had my first nacho. Only it wasn't like the nachos you see now in the bars where they're piled high and they've got all kinds of stuff all over them. It was like a perfectly composed chip.
Wow.
It had the right amount of beans, perfect amount of cheese, a single jalapeno pepper, and that was it. And that's what I fell in love with.
Would you say that had a lot to do with your, you know, direction going into the culinary world? Was that part of your inspiration, like that moment in time?
Well, I mean, honestly, my whole life, I love food, and, you know, I always, you know, noticed little things here and there that I guess most kids wouldn't recognize at that time. My mom tells a story about how for my birthday dinner, I said, Mom, will you please make me escargot? And so,
not too many kids ask for escargot for the birthday. That's pretty impressive.
That's right. But I think that it's one of the things that kind of made me fall in love with Tex-Mex. And I separate kind of your classic Mexican cuisine, which is totally different from Tex-Mex, because as you get to the border, you start to see more cheese, more, you know, beef and things like that.
Okay.
But it was my first experience, and it's something that I've looked for kind of ever since.
So how do you bring that to El Jefe? How did you curate your menu? Because there was a process, right, of kind of discovering, you know, what you felt were the best of Tex-Mex.
Right. Well, so I knew, and I had, you know, over the years learned about certain favorites of the Tex-Mex cuisine, but in order for me to really pull it off, obviously somebody from Atlanta has no business probably opening up a Tex-Mex restaurant. So Nan and I and some friends went out to Texas, and we literally made a pilgrimage across. We went from Houston to San Antonio. You know, if Houston was known for their fajitas, we went to the place where everybody in Houston said, this is the best fajita in Houston.
Okay.
San Antonio, puffy tacos. We probably ate puffy tacos at 4 or 5 different places that were supposedly the best puffy taco in San Antonio.
That's just terrible research. Oh my
gosh.
It was
so
torture.
Hard. It was torture. And we would always laugh because we would eat so much of this stuff throughout the day that by the end, we would say, oh my gosh, I can't eat another Tex-Mex item tomorrow. I mean, we just can't go on. We got to find something different. Let's go get sushi.
Oh my gosh.
You know, but we have this thing, we called it the Tex-Mex gene.
Okay.
At midnight, it resets, and when you wake up in the morning, you're like, breakfast
I'm ready
tacos.
For more. I'm ready for more.
Right.
One of the things that I love about Tex-Mex, it was this favorite place that we went, and they always had the tortillas with butter and honey. And
absolutely. That's
absolutely a favorite. So what kind of staples, like tell me your favorite things that are on the menu right now at El Jefe?
I mean, I think, you know, our fajitas are wonderful. We cook them over a grill with mesquite wood. You know, they're fantastic, but the queso fundido, we make our own, you know, tortillas, our flour tortillas in-house, and there's nothing like a fresh made, just soft, pillowy, you know.
I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
melted cheese and tortillas, how can you go wrong?
Oh, chef, you had me at queso.
That's
okay,
right.
So for people who would like to come to the restaurant, how do they find you online, and where do they find you?
Well, it's eljefejax.com. And it's at 947 Edgewood Avenue South, right across the street from the Murray Hill Theater and Vagabond Coffee.
Thank you so much for joining us, Chef. I know where I'm going for lunch now, and we'll get me some queso. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Massage Envy revolutionizes your massage. Introducing See Me Boost. 6 highly concentrated serums with active ingredients that deliver skin-enhancing benefits for your entire body. Combine them with our new specially formulated massage lotions to offer skin-enhancing benefits to your massage experience. Discover your See Me Boost today, an innovative boost to your total body care routine, only at Massage Envy.
My guest today is an author, an esthetician, a makeup artist. She's an educator and also one of the most sought-after speakers in the spa industry. And I'm talking, of course, of the most entertaining and a very dear friend of mine, Miss Noreen Young. Welcome back.
Thank you. Lovely to be here as always.
Oh, great. Well, look, I know that we've been partying and we've been getting ourselves together, and you have some very special things to talk to us about leading up to partying season with New Year's Eve.
That's correct.
So
you know how it's like freezing now? Our skin is dehydrated, it's thirsty.
That's
it
the truth.
needs a lube job, oil, and filter. Just like you take care of your car, you need to take care of your skin.
Yes.
So one of the things I suggest is a mask for stressed out skin, because we're already stressed for buying those gifts, or a sheet mask, and they come in the K and Asian Beauty twist, and also a lip scrub. So you want to take care of
A
the
lip
face
scrub.
and a lip scrub. So this one's called Whoopie, as in whoopie pie.
Of course
And you
it
can
is.
smell that if you want to take a little whiff.
Wow.
Very good. So this scrub gets
Is it
put
edible?
on. This is by Farmhouse Fresh Goods. And you know what? You love anything edible. So this is lickable. This is lickable. And it's for guys and girls. And it smells like whoopie pie. And it's a sugar base. And it's excellent for exfoliating the lips to get yourself ready for beautiful New Year's Eve. And any other kissing you'll be doing.
Well, there you go.
And it's unisex. And I could smell it from here, and I want to eat it myself.
I know, I did.
Yes.
Get out
So
the mistletoe.
you need to prep, that's right. And we have it right there. We need to prep the skin. So you prep the lips, you prep the skin with hydration, you do a instant mask, and also you could do like these. This is for under eyes, and this is for the lips. And this is fabulous for making the lips more hydrated and kissable as a mask. And this is great for under eyes, these little patches. They are gold infused and they go underneath the eyes.
I hope you're paying attention to this.
Damn.
So, and
it's
this is for guys and girls.
But they look
I do this
expensive.
with my husband. He loves it.
24 karat gold is set on the back of that.
Right. And don't you deserve it, darling?
Yes. Doesn't she deserve it?
Well, you deserve it too, guys and girls. So those are the things you need to do in prepping the skin.
Okay.
When it comes to your lashes, I'm allergic to the glue of false eyelashes, no matter what brand I've tried. So I pump up my lashes with a lash lift. And what this does is condition your lashes. You place it on before mascara, and it hydrates and makes the lashes look fuller and lush.
Oh my
and this is
goodness.
great for year round, but it's great when you want to bat those lashes so that you will get that diamond on Christmas Eve or Christmas.
You know, that's a real godsend, because I also have problems with the glue from the
Yeah, it makes me
eyelashes.
itch.
So I can't wear them. Also, I'm really, really bad at trying to put them on. So I get the glue everywhere. So this is fabulous.
Yes.
Okay.
And now, here's something for the lips that ladies maybe don't even know exists. When you're putting on your lipstick, lip liner is kind of in and kind of out to some, okay?
Right.
But what's out completely is when your lipstick is feathering and running to Guadalajara. You want to make sure it stays in place. You don't want to go any country. So you use an invisible, transparent lip liner. And what that does is shape the lips and keep the lipstick in place. I know you need that.
Just for the record, I don't use any of those.
No, but he is a big lip
I am
balm.
so sad that you don't. And I gave you a lip balm. I hope you're using it.
Oh, I do. I do love lip balm. You're right,
Okay.
especially yours.
So this is great for, you're so sweet, for shaping and keeping the lip color in. You want to make sure you choose a color that you feel comfortable with, but that's not like your everyday color for your lips.
Right.
Make it a little bold. It doesn't have to be red if you're scared of red. And choose a nail lacquer, which is a good point that you'll see. choose a nail lacquer that's not too bold, because sometimes when you have party season or New Year's Eve, you can chip it, and once that red or bold black or berry chips, it looks really tacky at the last minute.
Yeah.
So if you choose something simple, and OPI and Essie have some gorgeous colors, you could try that, and that'll work wonders.
Okay, that's
Fashion tips.
I
over
know,
there.
fashion tips from Noreen, always. I mean, she always has these wonderful things.
Another thing you could do is sun dust. And sun dust is a bronzer that you could dust all across the face, tip of nose, across the cheeks, tip of chin. You could even swing some around the eye area. And this is a bronzer in a brush.
Perfect. Now, we've got a little experiment, haven't we, to
Yes,
go with
we do.
Grant?
An experiment? Okay.
Yes, we're going to
You're a lab
carry
rat.
on. Yes.
Okay.
So I have a few masks. One's by
Okay.
Image, which is a brand a lot of
Okay.
estheticians we love.
Put this on, Maureen?
Yes,
Okay.
if you'd be so kind. And another one is a Asian beauty secret. And the reason why we're doing it is because I think you deserve caviar, darling.
Oh.
So we don't just eat it, we wear it.
I'm doing this for you.
And what we're going to do is give you that lubrication like you lube up the car.
Okay.
And this is going to hydrate your skin. Now you could use a moisturizer, and over here I have one by Hims. I'm sure you heard that brand. It's a new manly one. And this one is a collagen infused caviar. A variety of wonderful topical ingredients are in there.
set it on right
It
here.
has a space for you to breathe, a space for your luscious lips to be able to talk to us, and then we press this sucker on. So
Press it?
yes, press it and pat it into place.
Okay.
I do this with my husband in hotel rooms. I do
Okay.
this before I guest speak. I do this for people
For
on
the
a photo
record,
shoot.
I'm not in a hotel room.
newscasters.
I'm in front of everybody.
No. If I'm making him look good the night before, you know,
I'm
like he has a
thinking-
meeting. You know what I'm saying? He wants to look good.
Right.
This is, they do it for Academy Award preps. Guys and girls use this. Now
love
you
it.
look like Hannibal Lecter. However, you are going to be so hydrated and happy. Your skin's going to love you.
I love it. Next time I will do this in the hotel room when everybody's not around.
We're going to leave this on Grant for a few minutes, and we're going to say thank you, Noreen, for coming in and seeing us. If anyone wants to get hold of you, how do they get hold of you and find out all about these products?
They go to my website at noreenyoung.com, or they can call me,
Perfect.
994-739-2560.
And we'll find out how Grant's skin's getting on after these messages.
As we welcome in 2019, it's time to think about turning the page, setting new goals, setting new resolutions, and it's a great time for us to chat about what our goals and resolutions are. Grant, obviously, skincare is at the top of yours. You look radiant, by the way.
Noreen was just in studio and she put that mask on,
She did.
and how I'm glowing, the ladies say.
You are glowing.
You are.
So-
You can actually see the moisturized skin around your eyes.
You guys are killing me.
magnetic.
I'm losing my man card by the minute.
No.
Next topic, but I do
No,
like it.
what you're doing, you're a leader, and you're leading the way
Yes.
for all men to understand
Yeah.
this is important.
That's a
It's
true
important
point,
to have
and
skincare.
Noreen's the real deal.
She really is.
I mean, let's
is.
put that out there
So,
because
well, speaking of like New Year, I mean, when it comes to resolutions, are you a resolution setter? Like, I try to think of things more in terms of a goal, because like, do you actually
I can
keep
see that.
resolutions?
I can see that. I know with me, I'm not so much of a resolution setter, but I do like to try new things, put something out there.
Okay.
So I've already started. It's not technically the new year, and I've heard so much about curry, and I was in Riverside, and there's a new little restaurant owned by 13 Gypsies, Food Dog, and I tried their curry. Food Dog Curry Traders is the name. Amazing.
Fantastic.
So
Yummy.
never been into it. So that would be kind of my New Year's, try something new.
Oh,
That's a great one.
I don't actually have any sort of New Year's resolutions, and I just think I need to be a better person in the new year than I was in the last year. And that can take whatever, it could be working harder, it could be trying to be more pleasant to my husband.
We're all trying that one, right?
We're all trying that one.
That's a struggle for me too.
I suppose in a way it's a resolution, but this whole thing about, I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to do this, that's not going to happen.
You're good at all that stuff anyway, though.
Yeah.
You're dancing all the time.
I'm dancing all the time, that's for sure.
And you're already sweet and nice, so it's like,
bless you. Well,
to me at least.
Yes, to you. So, the one thing I have to pick up on what you said was about the curries.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, because I am a huge curry fan. Having traveled through India and then having lived in England, where it's supposedly, which is really strange, it's supposedly in England, the number one food is curry. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And last night, I managed to find myself over at the beach in your neck of the woods and ate at Jack's Spice. And I have to say, fantastic. I
love it.
Nearly everything was gluten-free.
Oh, perfect.
All the spices actually come from India, and they create their own blends. And watch this space. I think we might have to have them on because they were super.
Great.
Yeah, and you have got to try them. You've got to try.
Well, you're part of the reason I wanted to try curry too, because you've talked about it so much. So, what about resolutions for you?
For me, traveling more. It's kind of predictable, but yeah.
You're going to New York tomorrow.
I am, and I just got back from Chicago last weekend. We were chit-chatting and comparing notes because you went to Chicago earlier this year.
Yes, I did.
We both got to see Hamilton.
Oh my goodness, you got to see it too?
I got to see Hamilton. Now I'm obsessed. We were just texting last night, like, what's your favorite song? It's kind of like you geek out over it once you are
24/7, all the time.
moving.
I'm listening to the soundtrack. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I got to eat some good food while I was there. I got to see some great comedy. We went to this place called Italy, which is, they actually have it in New York and a couple other places, but it's kind of like Chelsea Market. There's multiple food venues within it, but they're all Italian themed. So it's some amazing charcuterie.
How many restaurants were in that?
I think
Italy?
9, 8 or 9.
Wow.
And some of them were pastry, and they had different themes, but they were all Italian in genre.
It's definitely something I'd like to do. I'd like to go to Chicago. I've heard a lot about it. I have relatives there, so it's probably something we'll look towards.
It's amazing because on social media and stuff, I put it out there, and I had so many people, like everyone hands down was like, my favorite city. I love Chicago. Yeah. I didn't realize it was like such a kind of a viral city right now. They're really hitting their stride.
It can be
just
refined.
Cold.
It's cold. Yeah, it's cold, but it can be very refined or it can be very edgy too.
Yeah, you can find whatever you want there.
Yeah, really great fashion, great food, and all.
Yeah.
So thinking about that, what we're going to say now is Happy New Year to everybody from the Jacksonville Buzz. I hope you have a great season and a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That was awesome. That was so fun to have Tea Nation USA. What incredible tea.
And I always enjoy the inevitably entertaining Miss Noreen Young.
And I'm pretty sure there are some puffy tacos and some queso calling my name at El Jefe. So I'll see you guys there. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.